Sauce class, round two.
Round two.
Round two.
Reset. Round one.
Why did you do it? Why don't you do class? I'll go home.
Pardon?
Why don't you tell them what we talked about? What are the 5 flavors that make Korean food?
Soy sauce, sesame oil, green onion or leek, and
5.
잠깐 2개 더 있었네.
간.
아니. 어설파마 꽃게
차. 두께.
깨는 안 들어와. 저 3개는 맞았거든.
마늘.
garlic,
garlic.
garlic하고
garlic. Korean. soy sauce.
sesame oil.
The question is, what are the 5 flavors that make Korean cuisine?
soy sauce.
soy sauce.
Soy sauce, gochujang. And did you ever, I don't know, anybody had grandma make Joseon gochujang?
Yeah.
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 I grew up tasting kikkoman, Japanese gochujang,
Yeah.
and I came to Korea. My wife's mother made real soy sauce. Very different.
Yeah.
Oh, so very, very different. I have at home. I use Joseon gochujang. Really, it's so much nicer. Soy sauce,
Sesame oil.
sesame oil.
sesame oil, changitum,
Thank you.
very important.
Leek.
leek
Ah.
or green onion.
Korean.
Ah.
Mano.
마늘. And the final one, I'm confused.
Oh, come on. Gochugaru.
맞아.
Right?
chili powder.
Yeah, you take those 5 items
고춧가루.
and you mix with anything, you guys will love it.
Yeah.
You know, you will. And that's basically the idea of Korean cooking. What's the second point?
It's wet.
Korean cooking is wet. It's jjigaes, tongs, jimbang, steamed. So you don't have a lot of sauces. Western cooking, quiet. Western cooking, how do we cook Western style? Zip.
Wine.
No, cooking style.
Cookie style.
Korean style, jjigaes,
Yeah,
tongs,
Fry. Grill.
grill, fry, bake, roast, dry.
Dry.
So we have a lot more sauces than you guys have. Korean cooking, you don't have a lot of sauces. What do you have? What kind of sauces do you have Korean cooking? Give me one. Start 'em going.
된장.
You want one? Doenjang.
고추장.
Gochujang.
됐구나.
Now I don't know, like sewujut, mochijut. I don't know if that's really a sauce. I guess so.
It's also sauce.
Well, soy sauce is by the name gochujang is soy sauce, but generally you change it. It's like saying stock is a soup. No, a stock is the beginning of a soup. Gochujang is the beginning of a sauce. Same with doenjang. Doenjang by itself is not a sauce. You have to change it. You have to add things to it. What other sauces? Korean sauces. I'll talk to these guys. You guys say what.
다 들었으니까 조용히 해.
What other sauces in Korean cooking? To understand my food, you have to understand your food. It's very, very true. I understand Korean cooking quite well. So I'm asking these questions so you can tell me. What do you have in Korean sauces? Gochujang,
된장.
doenjang,
간장. 뭐겠지?
I don't know. Maybe we might as well talk. What else?
confused.
Korean cooking. You guys all Korean, right? I had one of the classes. I had 2 Vietnamese students. Vietnam. I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought they were Korean. So yeah, that's a good question.
Can I say?
Yeah.
도장 or 젓갈.
Jokal. Yeah. Jokal. And what was the first one?
What's the first one?
Yeah.
도장.
It's
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. For like bibimbap.
bibimbap is
Tojang?
gochujang is
No, another one.
약장 is mean
조청?
아니야 그러니까
When you have like chobap or arabap,
와,
bibimbap, what sauce do you use in that?
고추장.
And
And mix.
with something else though.
그러니까
It's a lighter red. It's not a dark red. It's a light red.
약밥 그러니까 알밥 만들 때 저거 무슨 소스 쓰나는데 무슨 고추장이랑 뭘 섞어서 만든 걸 뭐라 그러지?
If you have broccoli, it's used for broccoli
초고추장?
dipping.
그 초고추장.
초장?
초장?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. An hour. I've been trying to explain this to him. Yeah, what's the difference?
sour,
Yes, right. Yeah, it's more sour.
more sour and sweet.
What makes it sour? Citron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that it?
Actually, sugar and vinegar.
Sugar, water,
Sugar, water.
식초.
Okay, yeah, okay. And that's definitely a different sauce than gochujang. That's for sure. What else sauces?
다른 소스들.
That took an hour to get that out of you. You know that?
Yeah.
1 hour. Tell me that.
Oh.
Well, but that's the major sauces. You said like
약장.
yakjang. There's probably many of these smaller
Yeah.
and even family style sauces that might be a little different. I've had doenjang mixed with like pumpkin seeds, hobak seeds,
Yeah.
and really nice. Roasted peanuts mixed into that. Really, to me, very, very nice. So I mean, there's a lot of variations on there. In Western cooking, we have the 5 major sauces. We made it yesterday. We made it in the Italian class.
저번 이탈리아에 만들었던 거. 저번 이탈리아 교실.
발사믹 소스. 발사?
We made a velouté. We made a Mornay sauce. We made a cheese sauce. We made a velouté, bechamel, tomato, which we're gonna make. I swear, I promise, we're gonna make that. You're gonna love it. Demi-glace and hollandaise. You can add mayonnaise to that. Some chefs do, but I put it separately because it's a cold sauce. These are all hot sauces. So you could say 5 or 6 mother sauces or grand sauces. But I usually just say 5, and mayonnaise, it's on its own because it is a cold sauce. Is there other cold sauces in Western cooking can you think of? When I say it, you go, oh really? Of course.
그러니까 외국 하면은 서양 하면 생각나는 차가운 소스들 있잖아요. 그런 소스 중에서 생각난 것들.
Non-mayonnaise based. We talked about aioli.
Yeah.
Aioli is a garlic-based mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But is there other cold sauces in the West that's not mayonnaise-based? It's popular in German cooking. Applesauce, any kind of fruit sauce is considered a sauce. Now, it's not a classical, applesauce could be, but the Germans use it a lot, even into sauces that mix in applesauce to make it thick. To make things thick, how do you make sauces thick, Western cooking? The obvious one we used when we made the velouté is roux. There's 2 types of roux, right? I have more than 2, but 2 big family, white and brown roux, right? How else can we make things thick?
Can I translate?
Yeah, well, you can answer too, but go ahead, translate.
크림.
These guys are good. You don't have to translate that.
Okay.
Cream, right? Yeah, sun cream thickens. What do we add to the velouté? We added the roux and
루에다가 그때 뭐 추가해서 그때 우리가 소스 만들었죠?
그렇죠.
cheese.
치즈.
Yeah, that's a thickening. That will help thicken it.
그레이즈 치즈.
저기 말하는 중에
Egg yolks, another way of thickening it. Egg yolks and sand cream is called liaison, and that makes a very, very nice sauce. When I finished the gorgonzola sauce, what did I add at the end? What did I add at the end?
그때 벨루테 만들 때 마지막에 뭐 넣었었죠? 만들었잖아, 만들었어.
How did I make the velouté? How did I make that sauce? Let's see if you guys remember. How did I make that sauce?
벨루테,
Yeah, how did I make the gorgonzola sauce?
make a roux and add the
Okay, you had roux and the stock, obviously.
Yeah.
Then what?
거기다가
베샤멜 소스.
you talk about bechamel.
No, the velouté. How did I make that sauce? You're all in the Italian class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a gorgonzola cream sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I make that?
White roux and roux sauce.
roux.
Did you make? You made it, right? Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
그러니까 저거 벨루 저거 저번에 만든 소스 기억해요?
She made it. She made it. You made the roux. We had the stock.
저번에 만든
Step one.
make a roux
Okay.
and add the stock and
Sweat the onions and garlic.
no,
All right. I sweated onions and garlic. Then I added what? Fire in the hole.
아,
I deglazed with brandy.
Oh.
yeah.
Now I could. I was going to originally use white wine, and I should have used white wine. To be honest with you.
그래 기억나.
The brandy gave it a little dark color I didn't like, but it added a nice flavor to it.
Yeah.
But white wine probably would have been a better choice. So I deglazed with that, then I added the stock, then I added the roux. Cooked out the roux, added the cheese. Salt and pepper, just really pepper, I don't think I added any salt to it because of the cheese. And then what? Finished it with,
herb.
yeah, but finished something else. You're right, yeah, we threw in the oregano we had. But the last step, I turned off the heat, as a matter of fact, and I started putting in butter. Monte au beurre, it's called. Monte au beurre means topped with butter. I put in butter right at the end with the flame off. That is how you make a classical French sauce. That's a 5-star, very heavy, yilkihada. Who said yilkihada? You?
No.
No.
Yeah? Yeah, okay, yeah. And you're right in that way, in that aspect. It is, there's butter, roux, first of all, roux is butter. There's heavy cream, there's stock itself is and then finished off with butter and cheese. It's pretty heavy, that's true. But that's classical cooking. People don't go to restaurants, they don't go to a French restaurant for diet food. You know, you don't really get a 5-star for health food, which you really should. But there's no Michelin ratings. They don't really give out Michelin stars for health food. It always seems to be really heavy, classically prepared food, or nouvelle prepared. If we're gonna do a sauce, a velouté sauce for Korean market, say I wanted to open a fusion restaurant, French Korean restaurant, what kind of sauce could I make?
I think 벨루테 bechamel is canned, but it's another thing.
Well, the other ones are harder, I think.
Yeah.
A velouté, a bechamel, I can't see anything that going with Korean food. You know, but a velouté, I can see a spicy, like a gochujang velouté. I can see that. A bechamel, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Making hollandaise with changitum, a couple drops of changitum, I can see that being very delicious. Same thing with mayonnaise. Demi-glace, just about anything.
Yeah.
Soy sauce would be nice in there. Good gochujang, you know, it's a little spicy. You don't want to make everything spicy. Maybe like roasted garlic demi-glace would be nice. The tomato, well, we'll see on that. We'll make that classical. But once again, the idea that with sauce making or any cuisine is you have to understand your food. You have to understand your taste. I'm going to make things, in this class we're going to make things very classical. But if we have time, we can go fusion. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I know most traditional sauces you guys don't like. You like demi-glace. Why do you think you guys like demi-glace?
Sweet
no sugar in it. I wouldn't sweet. It's not a word I would call it. Put in there. Meat based, gogi taste. It's like drinking beef. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
drinking sogogi. And Korean guys really do like that.
Yeah.
We talked earlier too, like, how do you make demi-glace? Is it? Yeah, I know, he got all the clues already. You remember half that stuff, the stuff I'm talking about is really test material, basically, really. It's all like that. How do you make demi-glace? And maybe you don't know, but we'll learn it, obviously, but
Egg stock.
make a stock. What kind of stock?
Beef. No.
Brown beef stock.
Brown beef.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's two types of stocks, white stocks and brown stocks. So you have brown beef stock, and then what? I know you guys had Professor Jung, right?
정진우 교수님 맞나?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you guys studied this. I know what he teaches.
그때 한번 가르쳐 주셨다고 하는데 혹시 기억나시는 분?
I don't.
You don't remember? You're still running? Okay. Just a point about school or anything like that. This stuff builds on itself.
Yeah.
In Korean, a lot of times, learn, delete, learn, delete. You know what I mean? But with Western or any cooking, it's all builds up on itself. You know what I mean? This is all basic. So you got brown stock. You take half of that, you make Espanol sauce, which what you guys call brown sauce, which is roux and mirepoix and sachet de spice. So you make that, right? To make brown stock, what do you do first though? How do you make it brown?
브라운 스탁을 만드는 과정.
Roast.
Roast beef.
Grill would be gooey,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But we put it in the oven and roast it.
Roast beef.
How long you roast the bones for? You know where this is going, right? We're going to the shower. We're going to the shower. About 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours, roast the bones. And then how long does it take to cook beef stock?
Oh.
How many hours? Once it, we'll go over all this again, but I know you guys, you should know this.
6 hours.
6 to 8 hours to simmer
Simmer.
the bones. No boil. You don't boil. So you have brown stock, you split it in half. You make brown sauce. You have brown stock. You take those two, put them together, 50-50, and then you reduce by half. Demi means half. Ban, that's what demi means. So if you reduce it by half, we got the bones, 2 hours, the stock, 6, let's say 6, right? So we're up to 8 hours.
8 hours.
Then we have to reduce it down. Well, we still have to make the brown sauce too. So that's going to take an hour at least. An hour to do that. So we're at 8 hours. Plus, we're going to reduce it down. Say another hour, 2 hours maybe. So it's about 10 to 12 hours to make demi-glace. But that's cooking time. That's not cleaning. That's not moving. That's not cutting. That's actually cooking time. Go home. Where do you live? Bansan? Where?
No. 서면.
Somya. You live with your parents, right? Go home tonight and take a shower for 2 hours. And hear your mother screaming. Right? Get out of the shower! Get out of the shower! Just imagine how much gas it takes just to make demi-glace. At least 10 to 12 hours of gas time. Really expensive. And then you're using beef bones, which are really expensive. And you're reducing things down, and you're adding carrot, celery, and onions, and you deglaze with red wine. It's really expensive. It's crazy expensive. And a lot of places don't make it anymore because of that expense. But we will. We will make demi-glace in class, and then I'll order a can of demi-glace. And I want you guys to taste the difference between the two. It's very, very different. Crazy different. That's for sure. So this class we meet face to face. The next 2 classes will be online. And that's gonna cover demi-glace, how to make, I have videos of me even making the stocks. But we will do it together, but I want, once again, this stuff is too expensive to make mistakes. It's way too expensive. Who made the bechamel?
저번에 베샤멜 만든 사람.
Oh,
Your cousin,
oh,
Mr. Tomato.
he come in.
It's the later guy.
He later guy best room.
Yeah, maybe now.
Let-
No, not him.
No.
Tomato guy, Kankase tomato guy, right?
Ah,
Ah, that's, I mean, really? I don't want, I was so surprised. I mean, that's like,
that's not.
now, yes, it is. You said he knew, and I said, okay, fine. But like I say, it's, in my class, that's fine. I think now he knows.
Yeah.
Right, you peel it up, you take out the core, you put an X in it, hot water, cold water, very important. This kid just pops right off. He's making tomato soup. He was cooking it way too long. What's it? There's ways of doing things, right ways and wrong ways. Yeah, maybe his tomatoes were okay, but okay is not 5-star. So once again, the videos are going to cover how we do the proper procedure that we do. So when we're in the kitchen, you guys do it the right way. So we have to make good product that way. This is a theory class. This is theory and practical blended class. Even before pandemic, this was it. And we used to sit here and have you guys write down all these notes. But now we with the blended class, you can do it at home. So your notebooks are going to be part of your grading. That will be part of your final grade, a notebook. And there's a lot of notes. And obviously you need a lot of notes, clearly. I'm going to tell Professor Jung, they'll get really angry. The Conquer say that was crazy. Oh, it's all basics, it's all basics. Any questions?
질문 있는 사람? I think it's there.
Well, I mean, yeah. When we meet, we're going to do obviously what we're going to make first. When we get in class. You've been in my, how many classes have you been in? Mine?
2.
2?
I think it's 3.
3, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, you guys are. So what do you think we're going to make first class?
I think.
What do you
I
think?
think chicken.
Yeah, we're going to make chicken stock.
And the ring.
Right? We'll make chicken stock and I'll probably order the bones, the beef bones.
Yeah.
Because the browning, you know, there's nothing we could do while it's browning. So while it's browning, we might as well do something else. We'll make the chicken stock and the velouté, but we'll brown the bones. And then we'll put them in the freezer. And then we'll take them out. I'll take them out the following week. And then we'll come in the morning and simmer the bones. Because that takes a long time. Longer the better. I worked at places that did it overnight. At 12 hours plus when they made beef bones. So if we simmer it, because luckily we have a 6-hour class, but I can let it go longer because I live in Bonsang. You're in Gisuksa. You?
Sorry? And home. 어디냐고? home.
충혈사.
충렬사.
The temple?
네.
Or,
It's
동네,
near
동네.
It's,
oh yeah, the memorial, the Injin Wedon Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Where do you live?
리?
Jippo.
양산. 양산.
Yangsan. Seomyeon.
창원.
Really? You back and forth?
기숙사 아니고요?
아니.
Wow. Take the bus?
He.
버스, 서브웨이.
Oh.
Oh.
You get in one room or something. I don't know. Too much travel time. Yangsan, how long?
뭐 해?
How long? Shuttle was 30 minutes.
Oh, shuttle bus. Nice. How come you didn't no shuttle bus to Chawa? No school bus?
스쿨버스 그러니까 창원에서 여기 오는 스쿨버스가 있냐고 물어보시는데
Maybe one bus.
Oh. Yeah, I know school cut back of the buses. Chawang
창원.
killed Masang. Masang, a very, very old city.
Yeah.
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 I mean, historically, Yi Sujin. Admiral Yi Sujin. Come on in.
이수진?
Tomato Boy.
Yeah.
His new name.
No.
No.
Bechamel.
Bechamel.
Oh, bechamel sauce,
Yeah,
boy.
yes.
Yi Sujin.
이순신?
Yeah, the captain.
Captain of a-
이순신.
Yeah, he was stationed in Masan.
Oh.
This is a very old city, but you killed it. You killed it.
You killed.
How do you make bechamel?
베샤멜 만드는 거.
뭐
베샤멜 만드는 방법이 어떻게 되냐고.
white roux and mixed milk and cream.
Generally not cream. You make it. You add cream to bechamel. You make sauce supreme. So bechamel is grand sauce, some other sauce. You add sang cream to it. You have sauce supreme. Change its name. So traditionally, you don't add cream to it unless you're making a different type of sauce. But you kind of mix everything together, didn't you, when you made the sauce? The bechamel sauce, right? You had a problem.
좀 해석 좀 해줘.
무 문제 있었지.
그때 루 만들 때 좀 이상했었지 않냐. 그거 물어보시.
yes.
Yeah. Which is fine. In my classes, I don't mind problems. Learn how I fix them. Because in every kitchen, you always have problems. A lot of things upstairs are broken and things like that. You never work in a perfect kitchen. It's just the way it is. Kitchens really get less money. You go to a lot of restaurants and the front of the house is beautiful. Marble and gold. You go back in the kitchen and like things are broken and things like that. Because customers see the front of the house. They don't see the back of the house. And the chef's always like, oh, I need new this, I need that. Yeah, well, yeah, next week we'll get it dominated, don't worry about it. So once again, you always have problems in kitchens. And with food items, if something goes wrong, as long as it's not guisang, sanitation problem, it usually can be fixed. If sanitation problem, what do?
Cleaning.
Throw it out. If you think something is spoiled or something's rotten or is it not safe, don't even guess. Don't even guess. It's too risky. And a lot of chefs, you know, it's like fish. Chef, oh, it's okay. You know, yeah, okay, you're the boss, but you know.
You're the boss.
Yeah, the boss. You do what the boss says. Any questions?
너 일단 지금
Yeah, we're kind of done.
우리 끝났어 이제. 늦었어.
Leave these papers with me when you leave. Leave these with me. Take that one. This one has to do with the school thing. Now, school wants practical class, Shilsup class face to face. This class is a blended class because it is half theory, half practical. So we're safe in that aspect.
뭐 넣었어? 아까 저거 쌓이는 거?
So I'll send the message, but for the first 2 weeks, we're going to have online, we're going to cover rules and everything. Everything. Keep a good notebook.
Yeah.
Keep a good notebook. I will collect your notebooks. I will collect your notebooks at the final. It'll be part of the final. Mid-test, I like because it's 7.5 weeks, I like putting like mid-test and final. I like everything in one shot. Because I'd rather be in the kitchen. Trust me, I'd rather be up in the kitchen. But we have to know what we're doing first. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Who's missing? There's supposed to be 18 students in this class.
I think it is many people.
Concasse.
Concasse guys.
Yeah. Your sister in this class? Your sister. There's 2 girls in the class.
저번에 같이 왔던 사람, 그러니까 저번에 있던 이태리 실습에 있던 그분 있잖아요, 여성분. 그분 혹시 오시냐고, 아냐고.
저번에 이거 소스 이거 수업 들었다고 했던 거.
아,
뭐 적어야 되지?
그냥 여기 이름이랑 요거 이름. 적고.
Yeah, on the rolls, there was, I haven't checked today, but last time, there was 18. And when we meet in class, I order 18 chickens, we got a problem. You got a lot of extra chicken, which we always could use chicken, that's for sure, but, it would be nice to know, I'll find out, don't you worry about it, but this is a pretty low turnout, so. Any other questions? I'll collect the. Yeah.
이거 내 거 아니야. 그냥 교수님께서 그냥 줘가지고 이거 한번 보래. Sir, why did you give it to me?
I just found it up there.
Oh, okay. It doesn't meaning, right?
Free information. You never say no thank you for free information.
So this is one is a maybe mayonnaise. Is this one?
Yeah, that's a mayonnaise recipe, a typical one. This was just found up there, but I recognize the recipes. This was basic Western.
I think it's not the mayonnaise because they came into the bus box.
Well, it is mayonnaise. It's egg and yolk.
Yeah.
Egg yolk and oil is mayonnaise. You add garlic to it, you have aioli. You always have to have some kind of lemon or vinegar. And acid. A Korean word, acid.
산.
Yeah, you need some kind of acid. Same thing with hollandaise. You need some kind of acid to make it emulsify. So, and dry mustard, there's so many other recipes. So, dry mustard's good in there. Or regular mustard. Okay, any other questions?
No.
Yes.
No.
Give me a question. No, that's it. Introduction. When we're in class, I'll send text messages. The 10:30 thing. No, that's me. I don't blame the Jogyo. I told them that, so that was my mistake. So, but I'm happy to be here. And like I said, this is this orientation. You guys didn't do these papers. The class plan obviously is going to change, just because we are going to go one more class blended, basically. This class used to be, I've taught this class for 10 to 15 years. And we used to sit here on the board here. You guys used to sit there and write in all these recipes before we went into the kitchen. And it was very difficult. Having it online is very positive, because you guys can stop it. You can screen capture. You can do it much easier that way to do it online. So we're going to keep it that way. But that's it for today. You going back to Chawang now?
장원으로 돌아가세요?
I'll take a test other class.
Oh, good. I would feel bad. I would feel really bad if you came all the way in for 1 hour class. Like, you have to do that fun. For her, online class is actually very handy. Hey, Youngsound's pretty far, isn't it? By bus. You and Soman? Yeah, so that's
1 hour and 13 maybe.
yeah, but that's pretty far. An hour and a half?
Yeah, hour and a half.
That sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. You 5 minutes. Me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And right at the end gate. One thing I do, anytime I ever went for a job, I always lived near my work. Because you'll see, in restaurant work, you always get the phone call, hey, what are you doing? Can you come in? So-and-so's sick. You're like, okay. And if you're close, and you can. If you're far, it's hard. So. Well, you guys all second year, third year?
I think it's all second. 여기 4학년 있으세요? 2학년 아닌 사람 있으세요?
아니 세컨.
All second year.
Second year. You should think about Kisuksa or one room.
여기 있으려면 아마 저거 기숙사나 원룸 구하는 게 나을 것 같고.
Well, 2 more years, or at least 1 more year.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. Because I know a lot of students have done that. I've did a lot of do the commute and stuff like that. It's rough. It's rough. Why were you late?
I'm 수원.
Oh,
아니 그게 아니라 왜 늦었냐고.
아,
Suwon's like Seoul Suwon.
I stomach ache, so I got the toilet.
Oh,
He got a stop.
where do you live?
I live in 수원. I live in 수원.
아 그러니까 지금 어디 사냐고.
아 지금 dormitory.
기숙사,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, dormitory itself is dangerous.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corona, even like what he has could be food.
Yeah.
You know, and so not you, but other people, be careful. Yeah. Cafeteria, gotta be very careful with the Gisuksu. I know there's been some problems in there, so.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, that's it, guys. You missed an exciting class, and I'll see you guys later.
끝까지 발기졌었어.